The seventh and eighth folds many times go hand in hand, and it's mindfulness, so it's wise mindfulness and wise concentration. And the easy way to look at mindfulness is it's like a light. It kind of illuminates a lot. Whereas wise concentration is like a ray of light. It just kind of beams on one thing. And practice, many times, is just going back and forth between those two, where you feel like you're very concentrated, and then maybe you're becoming aware of your whole body and your breathing, and it's less single-pointed and it's more encompassing of everything. You may encompassing sounds or noises, a person shifting to your side, right? And then there's points in practice where you're just kind of very dialed in on one point. And they kind of go back, oftentimes they're referred to as like the wings of a bird, right? So you're kind of using one, and then you're using the other, you're using one, and then you're using the other. And I find this really relevant in the yoga practice. Being able to focus on one thing, like maybe the mound of your big toe pushing down, and then there's points throughout practice where you're kind of focused on your whole being as a collective whole, say, versus just one little piece. So that's an overview of the eightfold path. And there's a thing that Gandhi said that as soon as I read it, I was like, I've got to memorize that one, because it was so powerful. And I believe it was Gandhi who said, right, thought turns into word, right? Word, right, becomes the deed. The deed develops into habit, and habit hardens into character. Right? Character, right, gives birth to destiny. Right? So watch your thoughts with care and attention. Right? Let them be sprung from love and acceptance for all beings. It's pretty powerful, isn't it? Yeah. So it's this idea that it all starts with how we're thinking, and then it turns into, right, an act, a word, a habit, and then we become that, right? It's the pattern, right? We become that. We're kind of walking around accumulation of our whole entire past. And Allison had said this to me, I guess about a year ago, just in I guess a common expression in the Buddhist world: to know a person's past, you look to their body, and to know their future, look to their mind. So it's this idea that in this moment right now, we are the accumulation of everything that we've lived, and maybe multiple lives. And in moving forward from this moment on in your life, right, what's going to happen has a lot to do with the way that you think. So if we come back to this original thing of just sitting here, and there's such an evolution that you can experience just by making a commitment to sit and to watch. And just in my short time in this practice, the relationship really keeps kind of unfolding and changing, especially when you learn to not be so hard on yourself, right? And to kind of look at this whole process of just learning to soften and just make friends with who you are. And then as you move forward, just try to be a little wiser in what you're saying and what you're doing, and causing less harm.